Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cube SMP. Today we are doing a Q&A, and all of this is gonna be about the Cube. I asked for specific questions about the Cube SMP in these on Twitter, and you guys gave me a ton of them, and I'm super excited to answer them. I was about to say ask them, but that's not what I do here. I answer these questions. So I'm hoping that I'll go through a lot of them about the war and other stuff like that, which could spark some drama and other stuff like that. But I found this cave. Where are we? We're at Y14, 1,200. I just tried to go out a little bit of a distance away with the elytra, and that seemed to have worked. I thought I saw like this ravine. It was at Y14, and I thought it was a good idea. I need to turn up my sounds. The first question is from This Is an H, one of my longest fans, one of my biggest fans. I appreciate it. Current off-screen favorite moment. Oh, there's gold up there. I don't have any moments that really, like, stand out for me. Like, I don't have one specific, like, memory, like, oh, this was the best thing ever. But there's always moments that, like, me, Grazer, and Parker will have together where either Grazer says something stupid or I'll say something stupid and it sparks on, like, a really weird conversation from there. Those are my favorite things. I just like having weird conversations with people. That might sound really bizarre, but it's true. I did just say about the Cube. Yeah, the Cube. In Season 1, what was your favorite group event? So this is gonna be all, like, any Cube-related questions, pretty much. Season 1, my favorite event was probably the Cube Karaoke, because that was kind of our first big thing together as well. It was super awkward. It was super cringy as well, but it made me laugh so much, and I genuinely did like it. Like, it's one of those things. Like, it's one of the worst and one of the best in my mind. It's one of those things that I like to forget, but I don't want to forget ever. I'm sure that made no sense to you guys at all. But, like, imagine something you did when you were younger. Like, maybe it was a hairstyle, but you want to remember it, but you don't want to remember it. It's one of those. How did I know there was going to be something here? I was just about to start digging in a random direction, and there was just a big old ravine here. Die. Go away. There's a lot of mobs over here, which should be a good sign as well. Go away, zombie. I think I saw gold. Yeah, gold up there. Let's find another one. If you could pick any YouTuber or any YouTuber on YouTube to join the Cube, which YouTuber would you pick? I'm gonna... if any YouTuber, period, I would love to see Casey Neistat on the Cube. That might sound weird, but if you guys watch him, he's like the most dedicated person I've ever seen. He has no time for Minecraft, let's be honest here. But if he, like, put, like, full time into the Cube SMP, we'd be put to shame. Like, I put, like, 8 hours a day on, no, not 8 hours a day. 8 hours every, like, a recording day on the Cube SMP. Imagine if he was on here, doing, like, daily videos on here. That'd just blow my mind. I don't know. That's a really good question. There's no one that I'm like, I really want this person to be on here. I would like Stacy to come back. That would be one of my big things. I'm not forcing her. I'm not saying that, but I love Stacy. Stacy's so nice. Yeah, I think that's about it. Do you ever vote on the Cube polls? So there's a Twitter account on Twitter called the Cube Polls, Cube Polls _ I think it is, to be exact. And they keep posting up polls about us on there, and I keep answering them. Yes, I do. I see like every single one that I'm in, because they like tag us as well, and I always vote on myself because I'm very egotistical. Oh, okay. I found a really good question, and I'm scrolling down really quick. If you had to describe the Cube members with only Pokemon characters, who would be who? So, oh my god, this is a really good question. Okay, so if you guys don't know me, if you don't watch my Pixelmon series at all, I'd be Gengar. 100%. If I was a Pokemon, I would be Gengar. Like, I've already decided on that. I am Gengar. So if I have to go through everyone, let's start with the closest people to me so far. It's Parker. Parker, who would Parker be? Like, I'm trying to think attitude-wise, not just looks. I don't know why. But whenever, okay, I think I'd have to go with Sableye. Parker just, I don't know what about him. It's the goofy trolliness, the weirdness. Yeah, I'd go with Sableye. I think Parker would be a Sableye. He's got that menacing smile as well. He's got that cackle, that like crazy laugh. Well, he doesn't have a cackle, but I see Parker laugh in very demonic ways before. I just think of Sableye. So far, we're only doing ghost Pokemon. Next up would be Grazer. What would Grazer would be slacking. Yeah, Grazer would just straight up be slacking. I think that would have to be, yeah, Grazer slacking. Will would be next. Who would I consider Will to be? Will. This might be a coincidence, but my god, I keep thinking of ghost Pokemon. Will, I think, would be a Trevenant. I've never seen Trevenant in the actual anime, but I just see him as a Trevenant. I don't know why specifically. Tibsy would be next. I see Tipsy as a water Pokemon. I have to think of a water Pokemon that Tipsy would be. I'm actually like genuinely like sitting still because I'm thinking long and hard about this one. I think Tipsy would be a Poliwhirl. I think he would be. I could see Tipsy being a Weeping Bell. I don't know why a Weeping Bell, but I could see Tipsy being a Poliwhirl. There's just a specific Poliwhirl. Yeah, I could see it. Maybe even a Wartortle. I don't see him being the final evolution. I see him being a mid-evolution. Wartortle or Poliwhirl, I would for sure see. Who would be next? Let's do Grape Applesauce next. Grape would be B-Sharp. Grape would 100% be B-Sharp. The little steel dark type Pokemon. Yeah, that's Grape because he's a fighter. I see him like that. Who can we do next? Straub, I think. I'm like looking through this right now. Oh, by the way, I have to go through. I have like a picture of Pokemon up here. Joe would 100% be a Staraptor. Both emo as hell, so that's obvious. I feel like Straub would be. Who was I just thinking of? Why didn't I say this before I stopped thinking of it? Pignite. Straub, I could see being a little Pignite. I see him because I know he likes wrestling as well, and I just see him being a little Pignite. B would be next, and I'm not gonna do her. She'd be Vespiquen. I think that's the go-to one, but that's the first thing that popped up into my mind. I wasn't gonna do like a stereotypical like girl Pokemon like a Jinx or something like that, because that'd just be lame, or Smoochum. For sure, Vespiquen. I think that'd be the perfect one for Queen Bee. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna do every single cube member with this. I'm gonna write this out and then come back to you guys. I put way too much time into thinking this over. I need to find a new cave as well, I believe. I think I'm just gonna go dig in a random direction and see what happens. But let's go over who I think the cube members would all be. I've changed one of my answers. I think a lot of my Pokemon were pretty close or dead on. Grazer, I'm changing him from Slacky because I see him as a Munchlax. Especially from watching some of the anime. I think it was like Gen 4 that Munchlax came in. I could see Grazer 100% being a Munchlax. That makes sense. Next up, we have... I liked everyone I already talked about before, like I said. We have Ant. Ant was one that I thought about the longest. I was trying to figure out who it would be. And from watching the anime, like I said, I watched a little bit of 4th gen, like the Diamond and Pearl generation. Ant would be a Piplup. Ant would 100%, I could see him being a Piplup. A little bossy, nice guy in general, a little bossy, has a lot of potential. You could see it coming out. He could be gonna become a Napoleon. I could see it. That's what I see. Isaac, next up, Elekid. Isaac is always flexing, and I see Elekid always flexing as well. And Elekid's an awesome Pokemon. I like Elekid a lot. I wish that Electivire was a lot cooler than he actually is, but Elekid's my favorite out of that line. Yeah, I think I'm just going to dig down. Am I at 12? Yeah, so just dig this way, I guess. Next up, I'm not going to show me strip mining this entire time. I just want to answer these questions really quick. Oh, there we go. Okay, I finally found something. God, that took long enough. But I was saying that I was just going to do it then, but I decided against it because I was in there for way too long. But next up, we have Braden, and this one was obvious to me. If you guys have ever had a full conversation with Braden, this Pokemon reminds me way too much of him. Meowth. Meowth from the anime, 100% would be Braden. Not the normal Meowth. Most of the Meowths you see in the anime, other like the Team Rocket Meowth. When I'm saying this, like most of the other Meowths that you see in the anime are like nice and sweet, and they're nice little kitty cats. The main Meowth, that's Braden. Defield's the father Pokemon. I think we all know the father Pokemon, and it just resembles the dad in general. It's Probopass. Defield would be a Probopass. Maybe, no, not a Nosepass. He'd be a Probopass for sure. Megan, I actually thought a long time about, because like I said with the same thing with B, I don't want to just do the stereotypical like girl Pokemon, but this one stood out to me a little bit more, and it's one of my favorite designed Pokemon. It's Meganium. Like, Meganium in the game actually sucks. But Meganium, I love the design of Meganium. Like, the dinosaur Pokemon, the kind of like Tropius, but a lot better version of Tropius. But I love Meganium, and she would be Meganium. Just attitude-wise, super sweet, very nice. Meganium and Bayleaf and all them in the anime were super sweet as well. Next up, we have Mr. Mitch. And Mr. Mitch, oh, diamonds! Heck yeah. Screenshot. Boom. Mr. Mitch was very easy for me. Actually, it wasn't very easy, but it was a toss-up between Psyduck and Quagsire. Mr. Mitch, I love Mr. Mitch. Mr. Mitch is my favorite guy to talk to, but my god, he seems so forgetful for me. And this Pokemon, it's just Quagsire. Like, if you look at Quagsire, that's Mr. Mitch. If you guys don't know these Pokemon I'm talking about, I'm sorry, but this is something that's on my mind. Noboom would be a Noctowl. 100%. Like, that's immediately what I thought of. Just a Noctowl. Just go look at Noctowl. See how he acts, like, in games and stuff like that. It'd be Noboom. 100%. And then there's Jaywong. Jaywong is a Drifblim. If he was anything, he'd be a Driftblim. If you guys do fan art of this, please, please, someone do fan art of it. I beg of you. Why is the server restarting now? Please do fan art of this. I would love to see it. Like, maybe add like a little like characteristic of each person on each of the Pokemon. If you're good at fan art or if you want to do it, it's fun. I love seeing fan art. Like for Gengar, if you had like a little plaid t-shirt or whatever, a plaid shirt on Gengar, that'd be adorable. If you could get like all of us together, I know that's a lot of work and I'm not like asking that of you, but that'd be amazing if someone did that. It didn't nudge. Sorry, I really want it. But that was just super cool to me. I never really thought about which Pokemon each character or each person on the cube would be, and now I have, and I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna remember that for a long time. But let's move into the other questions. What is your favorite building on the cube you built? Oh, hey, hi Gold. As far as builds go, I don't know if this would count as it, but in Season 1 and Season 2, I've done it too. Like the presidential portraits, the queen portrait, I've genuinely loved doing those. Those were my favorite things to build. It took a lot of creativity, and it was just a fun process. Those are my favorite things. Build-wise, as in something I've just built, I've really liked my H-Bomb valuables. That's just a nostalgic feeling for me. That was my first shop I ever built. I loved it. It's just one of those things. There's nothing too special about it. I've used some... Oh, hi. Please. Dang it. Okay, it's not that good, but whatever. I used some blocks that I love in there, like the daylight sensors of the roofs. Like, those are the special things that get to me. I like making things my own, if that makes sense. Like, no one in this entire universe would build a freaking shop and have... God dang it, really? Would have a rooftop be a daylight sensor, because they're the most annoying things to build, and no one just thinks of that. That's like my thought process. Like, that's what made my H-Bombs valuables just so unique to me. Like, those are my favorite things I do. Next question is, how did you become a cube member? I was one of the people that kind of started it. Me and Tipsy were the guys that were begging Grazer to start the cube SMP because we wanted someone else to start it. I kept harassing him about that because, like, if I started it, not many people would go with me because I was very, very small at the time. I probably had like 5,000 subscribers. But if we had Grazer, a lot of people would end up joining. A lot of people would go from there, and it would just be a lot more fun. So I was kind of the guy that was egging Grazer on, like, to start the server. Do I take credit for starting the server? A little bit. I like to think that I was a big part of it. Yeah, I'll take it. Let me see what's the next one. How has your cube experience been for you? From season 1 until now? Amazing. It's changed my life. It genuinely has. Like, it's changed a lot of people's lives. Everyone on the cube server, everyone who's been a fan of it, it's changed everyone's life, and I think it's for the better for most parts. Like, it's been just a whole all-around amazing trip. Like, it has been a trip. Like, it's taken me to England, it's taken me to LA many times. Like, if I didn't have cube, I don't know where I would be in general. Like, would I be as big as a YouTuber? Probably not. I mean, I guess I could be, but the likeliness of that is not too high. But just like things like that, it's just it's a roller coaster of emotions. Next question is, how long do you think the cube will last for? As long as we want it to, pretty much. There's gonna be a day where cube is gone. Like, it's just not gonna be a thing anymore. And I hope that day doesn't come anytime soon. I hope that day doesn't come for many years, to be honest. Like, obviously we're all gonna grow older and just kind of leave Minecraft behind and stuff like that. Would I like to think that we're a group? As a group, I don't think like the cube group would die. I think like if I saw any of the cube members in 10 years, I would still think of them as a member of the cube. But the cube SMP, I don't know if we'll be playing Minecraft forever. Like, if that makes sense. I'm trying to make sense, and it's not really making sense. I feel like that scared the crap out of me. Who do you think will die first in the upcoming war? I'm gonna call Noboom. I think Noboom's gonna die first. I think we're gonna use him as a sacrificial sheep. I think that's what I want to use Noboom for. How do you balance the time to making cube videos and maintaining your other series? It's not that hard. Because, like, the thing is, I don't hate this. Like, it's not all work. It is a lot of, like, effort and all that kind of stuff, but it's not, like, work in my mind. The editing process is work in my mind. But the other stuff is not, like, playing on the server and having fun is not work to me. So finding the time to that isn't that big of a deal. Like, obviously, I'm kind of in a rush right now because I'm leaving for LA in 8 hours. So I'm a little bit in a rush, but like I still take the time to think about everything. I still take the time to do this. Like I have no issues like missing a lot of sleep because I'm making videos. Like it's fun to me. It's worth it. But yeah, I managed to make the time for it. Sometimes doing a second video a day, oh god dang it, I lost some gold, is a bit of an issue, and I need some time to myself. So whenever I feel like I need time to myself, I'll just take the second video off. But every day I'm trying to upload daily. I try my best to. There might be one day I miss during this LA trip. I'm hoping I don't miss it, but I'm not gonna freak out if it does. But I'm trying my best to upload daily, and every once in a while I get 2 videos up. I'm trying to do a second video every other day, but sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. If you could only explain the cube in one word, what would it be? Other than cube, I'm not gonna say like cube. Oh, diamonds. I'm not gonna say like Minecraft either. I'm gonna say strange. It's a very strange concept, isn't it? Am I not the only one that thinks of this? Like, we actually, like, made, like, a roleplay survival world out of Minecraft and have made, like, a really big thing. And that's strange to me. It's awesome. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love every second of it. But it's strange, right? It's not just in my mind. It's something that I think about a lot. Next question. What's the most awkward thing that's ever happened to you during a Cube episode? I don't know. Like, those are the questions that I would need a lot of time to think about, because there's nothing that just pops off to me. I have freaked out quite a bit. I have gotten very angry at people, but there's not, like, one, like, in a lot of videos, but there's not, like, one time that stand out to me on the cube, at least. Yeah, I don't really know. Oh, here's a good one. Is there gonna be a new leader of the north side for, now that B's gone? I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't know if I should have someone take over it. It could be like me, Will, Mark. There could be a lot of us that just take over as leader. But I feel like I like the democracy feel of it. Like that, like anyone has power in here. No one has the ultimate power. No one can just make the choice. I kind of like that. So I don't know. I feel like we're gonna keep it as just a group in general. I kind of like it. Yeah, I think we will for the time being. I'm not the one in charge, obviously, so I can't just make that appeal. But I will fight for that reasoning. I will make sure it happens. What has been your favorite Cube season so far? Season 1. It's like, no matter what, it's gonna be the first season. It's gonna be the first season just because there's so much nostalgia and other stuff in there. Like, and that was the first season where that was the season that we could release all of our creativity as well. Because like now, if we do something on the Cube. Like, I already built an amusement park, so if I want to build that, I can't, because I've already done that before, and it's kind of redundant. So it's kind of like taking all of our creativity. Although, like, we obviously come up with new stuff, but if there's something we want to do, it's like, oh, that's already been done before. Like, that's oh, hey, gold. Like, that's kind of the feeling to me, for me right now, but I love Season 1 a whole lot. Let's do 2 more questions. I think that's a good amount. Let me find 2 good ones. First impression of the Cube members, weird. And that's not, like, a bad thing at all. Like, they're different. I like surrounding myself with different people who are able to understand that they're different. Like, I've been talking about this a little bit with a bunch of people lately, but I like to surround myself with people that know they're different. Like, I want to surround myself with people that think they're unique and they can do anything they want to. They don't just think they're another person in this world. I want them to be, like, very headstrong about, like, they have power in this world. They are different from this one person. They have other ideas than this one person. And that's what I like about the Cube. That's one of the things that we're able to keep pumping out videos and stuff like that. Like, we don't just copy someone's video and just go from there. Like, we're able to come up with something on our own and just have fun doing it. And that's the reason why I love the Cube. Like, I think everyone, I study people's, like, movements and thoughts a lot. Everyone has different thoughts in here as well. Like, different thinking. I see it in the chats a lot, especially when I'm bouncing off ideas with other people, especially Will. Me and Will have been bouncing off ideas for Pixelmon a lot, and I love hearing Will's opinions on stuff, because it's very different than mine, and that's what I like to see, and me and Will get along very well because of that kind of stuff. That's all I'm gonna say from there, just because I could go on forever about this, to be honest, but I don't want to get carried away. Let me find one... The next one is, who's your least favorite member on the Cube SMP? Crazy. I'll find a better question, though. Oh, I like this question. Okay, and I know a lot of you have been wondering about this as well. This is a fairly common question that people get. Which one is your favorite right now? Or which is your favorite to record right now? Pixelmon or Cube? And that's going to be obvious for me. Like, that's just That's like that. This might be a little upsetting to a few of you guys, but I love Pixelmon right now. That doesn't mean I hate Cube or I'm not having fun recording it. I'm having a blast recording it, especially the last prank I did. I haven't had that much fun in Minecraft other than gathering the obsidian. That was the annoying part, but the rest of it was really fun, especially spelling out the letters and that kind of stuff. I love Cube, but Pixelmon's like a brand new toy to me. Like, everyone gets upset, like, oh, you start a mod series, like, how long is this gonna last for? It's because it's a brand new toy to all of us, and it's just brand new. It's so much fun, and Pokemon's super hyped right now around everything, like Pokemon Go, Pokemon Sun and Moon, and being able to play Pixelmon, especially now that a lot of things are updated and fixed on there, it's so much fun, and I'm loving it right now. That doesn't mean, like, Cube's on the back burner for me, like, it's just gone. It just means I'm having so much fun doing it, and it's easier for me to get videos out, especially, like, not feeling rushed and stuff like that. That's why, like, as I'm gone, a lot of my videos are going to be Pixelmon over Cube, just because they're a lot easier, I'm not as stressed out, and I'm having fun on there, too. I'm sorry if a lot of you don't like Pixelmon as well, but I genuinely do, and I know a lot of people do as well, which I'm super happy about. But guys, that is going to wrap up this episode of the Cube SMP. When I get back, I should be back, I think, 2 days from now, as this video goes up, so I will be back very soon, and we will get back to the normal episodes, where I'm actually, like, doing a ton of work on Spawn, or my area, or something like that. But I'm super excited, and I'm actually scared that Southside is going to do something to me while I'm gone, but we'll worry about that another time. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like. Get out of here. You knuckleheads.